Hi, this is Dodger and you're watching my show. So did you guys hear about, apparently there was this dude who went to get Modern Warfare 3 at the midnight release and they didn't have the copy for him. Like he had put down the money to have a guaranteed copy and they didn't have it, and so he like threatened to blow up the whole building. I've never been one for going to a midnight release of a video game. Like I will go to midnight releases of a movie because then I get to stand there forever and be freezing and like eating so much stuff, and then suddenly I get to see a movie, right? But with a game, you stand in line for a really long time, you get the game, and then you have to drive all the way home. It feels like an intermission of build-up. Like you're standing there for so long, it's building up, and then you get the game, and then it's building up because you have to leave. I feel like I get more of a reward out of staying up for a midnight showing of a movie, but I totally understand why people do it. It's just, I would much rather, in like, this day and age, when I know that I can just have a copy shipped to me the second they're out, I would much rather do that.
Lazy.
I hear that the midnight showing has at least 10 minutes of extra footage. Now it might seem like that was me mocking someone else. That was me mocking myself. But for a while now, Blizzard has been wanting to increase the rate at which they put out expansion packs, because every time that they put out an expansion, a bunch of new subscribers come in, right? So apparently, in the last 3 months, they have lost over 800,000 subscribers. Now you might say, well that's not that big of a deal because they are still the biggest subscription-based MMO. But what does that really mean anymore? With so many games that are free to play, does that really mean all that much? Now obviously, I'm sure they're still making gobs of money, and of course this new expansion will bring in a lot more subscribers, as will every expansion. And, you know, then there will also be the people who have never played World of Warcraft before but found out that there are pandas in it and get really excited. Oh my gosh, you guys, there is this new game named World of Pandas and you can play a panda. It reminds me of one time when I was out with my mom and a little girl turned to her mom and said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, have you heard this new band called Depeche Mode?" Never. I have never heard of this band. What is this new music you youngsters are listening to? Obviously, the news part of this is just how rapidly they are losing subscribers, but it does bring up a whole lot of questions. My big question, honestly, is where do they go from pandas? In this new expansion, you can play a not quite as hot night elf. Ooh. Ah. Taking a little jaunt over to the FPS side of the world, it sounds like there were so many people that signed up for Call of Duty Elite that it literally crashed the whole thing. Now on one hand, it's like, okay, well that means that that's pretty awesome, like they had more of a reception than they thought they were going to, like this is a good type of problem to fix. And on the other hand, the people who signed up for it are going, when's this not gonna be broken anymore? It sounds like it doesn't affect the game at all. The game still plays fine, so it's not like a huge deal. And just like any other time when something breaks, a video game company comes out and they go, we are working around the clock, 24/7 to fix this issue. Always and forever. Oh, by the way, they've also confirmed that there's going to be a new Call of Duty game next year, which I'm sure we all of us knew that. What I think is kind of sad, and I don't want to be this person who's constantly ragging on them, but like, the way that it was revealed was in an investment meeting. I think like it wouldn't be as much of a joke in the community if the games all looked significantly different. But they don't. I just want them to put like more thought and effort into it, because I feel like the FPS community just gets the same rehashed game over and over and over again. You guys deserve better. But a final bit of news, and it's not like big news by any means, but so Game of Thrones, they made the RTS, right? And then they were like, oh, we're also going to make an RPG. It's like, okay, obviously, you know, you gotta ride this while it lasts because people are big into Game of Thrones right now. And now, they're like, so we're thinking we're gonna make an MMO. That sounds awesome. The people on Joystick think that it's going to be browser-based, and that's the only way that I think that this makes sense. I don't think that it's gonna be like a big old game, but it's still, it made me chuckle. I feel like there's just an entire team at most video game companies that's just like, okay, is this gonna be the next big? No. Okay, is this gonna be the next big? Yes? Quick! Game of Thrones games, go, go, go! Oh, I hurt my neck a little bit doing that just now. I don't think I would play a Game of Thrones MMO. Would you guys play a Game of Thrones MMO? I'd sit back, I'd wait for somebody else to be like, yeah, it's not that bad, and then I would probably play it. Anywho, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If you want to have coffee with me, you can go ahead and click wherever I put the annotation. But otherwise, hope your guys' week is going awesome. It's Wednesday, so yay, halfway through. And I will talk to you again on Friday. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.